So here's 5 things that you should do before arriving to your all-inclusive resort. Things that are gonna make your vacation so much better and things that you probably have never even thought about doing before. And if you're new to our channel, 3 days and 3 noches, it's not a travel vlog or a travel agency. We just bring you real, honest information about destinations that you're looking to travel to and show you how you can have an amazing vacation in just a short amount of time. So number 1, I don't know why more people don't do this, is to call the resort before you arrive. So maybe you've booked online, maybe you've booked with a travel agent. Either way, I would still personally call the front desk. Maybe you're asking, why would I do this? I actually call the resort before I even book for a couple of reasons. The first reason is you can get a sense just through a phone call how organized and what level of customer service that you're going to get when you're at this resort. And don't just talk to a call center. Make sure when you are on the phone with somebody that you ask to be transferred right to the front desk. And you can get a sense very quickly just how organized or disorganized that they are. But if you've already booked this resort, don't start freaking out and thinking you're gonna have a horrible vacation, because most resorts actually do not do the check-in process very well, and yet you can still have an amazing vacation. Once you have somebody at the resort or at the front desk, you wanna ask them some key questions. So the first one is, what is your check-in process like? How long should I expect the check-in process to take? Do you have any private check-in options? Is there any way to speed this up? Because the check-in process is usually one of the most frustrating things for people when they get to the resort. And then already your vacation has started off kind of like on the wrong foot. So if you can be proactive, just at least mentally prepare for what to expect, it's going to really start your vacation off so much better. I would also ask what the upgrade options are if you haven't upgraded already, like to upgrade your room. Maybe there's premium liquor that you can get, or maybe there's a spa package. Ask them what different promotions or upgrades that do they have that they could offer you. Maybe you're celebrating a special occasion. So I would ask them, what do you do for birthdays? What do you do for anniversaries? Lots of times they will transfer you or give you the email for the concierge. But again, these are all things that you can do ahead of time that could just make your vacation more fun. I don't think anybody asks this, but I ask this every single time, I ask them, is there anything that I need to know before coming? And lots of times the answer will be, oh no, you should have all the information that you need. So then you have to go one step further. Ask specific questions like, is anything closed? Have hours changed on any restaurants? Because again, when I look in reviews, a lot of the frustrations is that when you get there, your expectations are not what is said online or through your travel agent. And even sometimes your travel agent doesn't know. So ask them specifically, is anything closed? Has anything changed? I also ask about events. Are there any special events? Or where can I find the list of events that are happening during our stay? And I don't think anybody does this, but I do this every single time, and it makes a huge difference. Say, hey, could you put a note on our account that I called today, confirming the reservation, and if there's anything you could do to make our vacation special, because it's, if it's your birthday, your anniversary, or maybe you just say, we haven't vacationed in a really long time, so if there's anything that you could do just to make it more special for, you could say my wife or my husband or, my kids that are traveling, whatever, that would mean the world to us. You'd be surprised at some of the things that happen because of that. We've gotten extra bottles of liquor, they've put flowers in the room, chocolates, balloons, like little touches. And I'm telling you, it does make a huge difference when you're arriving to walk into your room with something a little extra. One more thing I would ask is about reservations. So either reserving dinner or the spa, because sometimes things sell out. So you want to know what the process is. Can I reserve this ahead of time? And what is the process? And I would make this phone call like 2 months in advance. Don't wait until the last minute, because you could really identify any red flags, maybe any issues ahead of time, maybe contact your travel agent. And I wouldn't cancel your reservation if you have a bad phone call, because I've had terrible phone calls, but then I've ended up having amazing vacations. But by making the phone call, even if it was terrible, they were able to put notes in my account. I confirmed my reservation. I was aware of the upgrades, anything I needed to know. So my expectations were real when I was getting to the resort. So number 2 is medical related. So this is really important if you have allergies, any medical conditions, or any special needs when you're going to be at the resort. But even if you don't have any of those, this is super important. And one way to find out this information is on the phone call from step number 1. You want to ask them what type of medical attention is on the resort. Like, do they have a doctor on staff? Do they have nurses on staff? Again, especially if you have allergies or, like, again, any type of medical condition, you want to know that, God forbid, if anything happens, that your needs are going to be met, your medical needs. And especially if you have severe allergies or a medical condition, I would take it a step further. I thankfully don't have anything like that, but I would want to know, what the medical resources were around me. If they have hospitals, because sometimes you're in a third world country, they don't have the resources that we have. So you just want to make sure that you have all of the information, all the resources that you need when you're on vacation. All right, number 3, I talk about all the time, and you probably already know this one, but I'm just going to say it again because it's so important. It's book your transportation from the airport to the resort ahead of time. And again, you can do this on the phone call from the first tip. So ask them if they provide transportation, how much it costs. Sometimes they provide free transportation for upgrades, and how to set it up. If not, then you can start researching reliable transportation. I'll put a link below for the one that we use in Mexico, but just do some research and make sure you have that transportation set up so when you arrive to the airport, there's no stress. You can just get on your transportation and get to the resort. I also always recommend a private transfer if you can afford it, because you don't have to wait around for other passengers and you can get to your resort as quickly as possible. All right, so number 4 is to book those excursions ahead of time. A lot of people wait until they get to the resort, and then the excursions that they want to go on, everybody else wants to go on, and they are sold out. So in that phone call, like we talked about in the first one, ask them, do they book excursions at the resort and what the process is, who they need to talk to, or start doing some research. We've recently used a company called Viator. It's viator.com, and been really, really happy with them, and they provide a lot of different resorts all over the world, so you could try something like that. Just definitely book them ahead of time. And lots of times, like if it's weather related or whatever, they have a policy. Just check those policies that you will get your money back if you can't go. All right, so finally for number 5, and I know you're gonna think this one is weird, but I'm telling you, it's going to help you so much, and that is to prepare your stomach and your immune system before your trip. You're probably thinking, what the heck does that mean? Well, I've seen it happen so many times that when people go to an all-inclusive vacation, first of all, maybe they haven't been on a vacation for a while, but they overindulge. I mean, that's what all-inclusive is. They, drink a lot, they eat a lot. Believe me, it's happened to me. So a couple things that I started to do has really helped me enjoy my vacation better, even if I overindulge in drinks and food. One of them is to take a probiotic before your vacation. Now, I take a probiotic all of the time, but this is something that can just really help prepare your gut, get that gut flora good. And again, you always want to, I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, so this is something you want to check with your doctor, see if it's a good supplement for you. They're all not created equal, but it's just something that has really helped me. And no one likes to be sick when they're on vacation, right? So now I am a little bit more cautious when I'm on vacation. I try not to overeat or overdrink. And when I do drink, I drink vodka seltzer during the day so that I stay hydrated. And I try to not completely overstuff myself with food so that my stomach doesn't get really sick. And you want to boost your immune system as well, because you're going to be on the airplane, around people. So how do you do that? I usually do it with the supplements. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, not giving you any medical advice. Whenever you take anything, you should look into it, do your research. I'm just telling you what's worked for me. So like a good multivitamin, zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, those types of things, just to get your immune system boosted and ready for some fun. So I hope you found these quick tips helpful, and I'm gonna keep trying to bring you as many tips as I can. We're gonna keep bringing you lots of resort reviews and real, honest, to the point information about the destinations that you're going to. So definitely like and subscribe, and keep following 3 Days and Trace Nudges.